go. All right. So again, welcome. So today we have different folks who are related to the Noyce grant in different ways. We have people from Metro, mentors, interns, and then we also have faculty from UNO who have been invited just to participate. And thank you so much for coming. We might have others joining us. I think Friday is just meeting day for everybody. So we're all coming from meetings and going to meetings. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen momentarily just to show a very basic agenda that I have to keep us kind of on track. So here's the plan. So we're in step one, welcome. And generally these monthly meetings are for the Noyce mentors at Metro to just kind of update each other and talk about what's going on, but we're gonna be focusing on the interns today. So the interns were told that they had 5 to 10 minutes to give a presentation about, and then I left it pretty open. They had different questions that they could try to answer or different things that they could share about their experience as Noyce interns for the past winter quarter. So they started back in December. And I believe all 3 of them are continuing in the spring quarter as well, which is great. So we look forward to hearing from them. So here's the general plan. I'm going to have Erin go first, and then Arjun, and then Victoria. So you can see the times I have. We don't have to stick to these exactly, but just I don't want the last person to feel rushed. So that's the general plan. And I figure let's let each intern kind of do their little presentation first. And then if we want to ask questions or have any kind of discussion, let's maybe save that for the end. So the last 10 minutes or so, and then we'll try to conclude about 12:15. So that's the general plan. All right, good. So any questions or comments for now? Okay, and again, thank you so much for everybody who's here. I'm gonna close my screen now. All right, so Erin, I'm gonna have you go first, and yeah, I'll let you go. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so hi everybody. So like Emily said, so my name is Tuấn Cứ, and I usually refer people call me Em. So this was more easier. So today I will do something a little bit about my intern's experience. So like you guys can see is on the screen, you guys can see the photo of like this one. Like when I try to design this one about my working, so you guys know that we are in the middle of Corona, so I take this one because we usually work through Zoom. And okay, now a little bit about me. So I'm 20 years old, and I just stayed in US for 2 years, like an international student from Vietnam. And my major is server administration of ITs. So it's basically is my passion about IT. So this one is the first one, and I think later I will take the programming later. And yeah, I just work as in Noyce intern like the first quarter. Mm, okay, and yeah, come to the main section. So um, so when I think I should talk about what I do at an intern first. So I got 2 main jobs. That the first is being an assistant of my mentor Emily in her class on her class at Zoom, and probably I just have her to report what the student done, help them with their problem whenever they are another room with another student. And one more thing is Zoom tutoring. So basically, I have Zoom tutoring at night around 9:30 to 10:30. So uh, I have some like student had attend this one, and I already like help them with their problem, and I really feel great when I can have some people solve their problem. Like it's really great.
Mhm.
Okay, so and one more thing that I don't put it on it is UNO meeting. Uh, like when I try to like being an intern, I didn't thought that I need to like meet go to a meeting with a UNO student, but like after that I hear that from Emily and I feel that it's thirsty. Like when I join meeting of UNO student, I can know more than about how we teaching or how we show a problem, a math problem, everything go really interesting. Okay, and okay, the last one in my experience when I like working as an intern. So the first thing I kind of believe in that is my confidence. Like when I working with student with mentor or something, it's like always help me improve my confidence a little bit by days, and now I feel good with that. And based on the degree of confidence, so my English is going good as well. Like uh, I talk like better. I feel that, and I talk like usually, and um, like you guys see that now I'm just 20, and like this is the first college I joined, so and I didn't have any work before, so I don't have any like experience about a job before. So when I have a chance to work with Emily, my mentor, and working with student is really like improve myself a lot about how we can make a discussion, how we talk with each other, and yep, Emily helped me a lot with that. And I think yeah, that's all is about me and about my interests. So thank you for everybody listen about that.
That's great, Aaron. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Aaron has been working with me. And as he said, he's been helping in my quote classroom in Zoom. But yeah, been having him help with my modular class, and he's been going in and out of breakout rooms. And yeah, you've done a great job. Now you go in by yourself, and you know he helps me. I think run a better class. So thank you. All right. So, oh, and I broke my own rule of adding commentary. Okay. We're going to save any questions or comments. Let's save for the end. So we can kind of all talk together if we want to. And I'm going to have the next person go, which I believe is Arjun. And you're up. Oh, and make sure you unmute yourself. Oh, Arjun, you're still muted. There you go.
Morning, everyone. My name is Arjun Bhattrai, and respected teachers and my intern friends. I'm here today for my intern's reflections, that my experience, sharing my experience with the teachers and with friends. I'm Arjun Bhattrai, and I am working as an intern with the Samuel Thunkman. And I started the interns from this quarter, in winter quarter, December, I think 3rd, and I'm planning to work in the next quarter too. So I have got a lot of experience from these interns. Here I am to show some of them. This is my first experience as an intern at MCC. As I'm originally from Nepal. When I was in Nepal, I used to work as an intern in teaching and learning and doing the tutorings. So it has become one of my valuable things for my academic success. I believe it is as my one of the academic success to get chance to work with these all great peoples and the students. And one and another thing is like I got chance to comment my own knowledge and correct the mistakes while doing these as interns, while conducting the tutorings, while assisting the Zoom classes, while working in the breakout rooms and interacting with the students on their problems. And similarly, I got further chance to understand the concept from my teachers, like while teaching my mentor, while teaching the mentor about every topics, I got more detailed knowledge and more techniques to solve the problems. So it helped me to summarize them to the students in an easy way and in a different way sometimes. So another, I got chance to get the one valuable interpersonal communications and listening skills from different meetings, and even with the monthly and weekly meetings with the UNO and the MCC. Similarly, it helped me to build my own intern skill for leaderships. So it has been long that I have not been a participant in as a teaching learning, just only a learning, not a teaching. So it hasn't become a chance to show my knowledge to others and how to communicate with the others in a good way. So another thing, I got learned chance to have interaction with and getting new ideas with the from the sorry, from the UN conference and the meetings, and attending conference and meetings help me to get the new emerging ideas, train how to solve the new problems in an easy way. And I remember when I have joined the first meeting with the UNO, one of some friends has shown the new techniques to show the geometry figures. This helps we get chance to learn the new things every day, and that's one of my good experience with the meetings and from the conference. Something that make me new, like it, I have not been so familiar with the Zooms and all these features of the Zooms, and I got chance to know about the Zoom features, and every day I got chance to know new something about the Zooms and other virtual teaching and learning things. And the, one of the things that make me new is that every people have a different level of knowledge. So interacting with the peoples of different knowledge is something, get to know more things from them and giving something to them. It was something so interesting and exciting to me. Some challenges during my interns were like initially I was unknown about the Zoom sessions and all its features, how to host the Zooms and how to enable for like sharing the screens, writing in the Zooms, whiteboards. It was everything new for me, but now it's in everyday practice, it's going good. And another challenges was someday not getting the students in the tutoring. I used to do tutoring since in weekends, like Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 1 p.m. So, and another challenges was identifying each student understanding levels. Like I share my, I share solve their problems and explain in the easy way. Sometimes it gets confused either they have understood or not. That was one of the challenges for me. And my future goals are to increase my knowledge in math and taking more math classes in upcoming days so I can build my math skills and knowledge. And my future, another future goal is to continue to work as an intern and build my math knowledge along with the English. And another goal is to identify about the new techniques and the quality teaching and learning with the attending some trainings or conference meetings or MCC meetings. So how can I improve on the upcoming days? And that's all. Thank you for listening.
All right, great job. Thank you so much, Arjun. And as Arjun said, He was matched with Thankum Samuel at Metro this quarter. So thank you, Dr. Samuel. And we'd be interested to hear more from you as well. But thank you so much. All right. Good. So our third intern today is working with Manar Alsakair, and this is Victoria. And Victoria, you are next.
Oh, great. Let me just share my screen. Okay. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, I was required to create a little infographic, and I thought they were super fun and super cute, so I made one for this presentation. So what I thought about when you asked those questions was how I wanted to teach in this internship. And when I first became a Noyce intern in December, I pictured myself giving lectures to students, kind of like in this first box, because that was how I saw many teachers engage with their students. However, as I began my Zoom tutoring sessions, I realized lecturing was not the best way for students to learn, just because they're not very fun, they're not entertaining to listen to, they're not interesting, they don't grab people's attention, they don't inspire people to come to the tutoring sessions. So instead of lecturing to students, I have conversations with them, which is very helpful for me and for the students. I think they're helpful for the students because I believe talking out loud about why they got a certain answer or why they think this answer is correct and why one is wrong helps solidify the information in their minds. I also like to have conversations with students when they get questions wrong. I like to ask them why they got that question wrong. And a lot of times I learned that they didn't know how they got that answer, they just guessed. And so that helped me to figure out what they're struggling with and where we needed to start. And then having conversations with them is helpful for me because they allow me to talk out loud about how I solve a problem. One of the challenges that I had when I began was I did a lot of problems in my head and I didn't explain the problem to the students, and that was just harder for them because they're not inside my head, only I'm inside my head, so they don't know. So it helps me to talk out loud and become a better teacher. So another activity that I really enjoyed was participating in my mentor Manar's 0960 class on Mondays and Wednesdays. I enjoy watching how Manar teaches because when I still get pretty nervous about teaching. I was really nervous when I first began, but it lowers my anxiety when I watch her teach. And I also like enjoying seeing the other students in her class. I meet with a lot of them. A couple in particular I met with quite frequently on Tuesdays and Thursdays when they came to my tutoring sessions. And I've enjoyed meeting people from different backgrounds, and I've learned lots of new things. And I've worked with many students who are older than me, which that's interesting, but it was pretty fun. Okay. And the other activity that I've enjoyed participating in is the UNO intern scholar meetings. I've enjoyed these meetings because I get to meet and talk to the UNO Noyce intern scholars and occasionally faculty at UNO. I have really enjoyed seeing how passionate the students are and the teachers about teaching math. That's really nice to see because I hear many times from different people about how challenging math is because they have terrible teachers and math isn't fun. They don't want to take math classes because of the teachers. And it's just really great to know that there's a whole program at a university dedicated to teaching college students about how to be great teachers. So I can tell they really care about students, and that's really inspiring to see. And I've also enjoyed those meetings because I get to be around other students who really enjoy academics, which is something that I'm very passionate about. So we have that common interest. So yeah, that was my presentation.
That's great. Thank you so much, Victoria. All right. Well, I really appreciate hearing from all three of our interns. I just want to let people know I'm in the process of interviewing a few potential new interns for the spring. So we might have some more voices joining pretty soon, which is exciting. I'm curious to know from the others who are here, does anybody have any questions either for a specific intern or maybe something you wanted to ask in general? This is just like a real classroom. Any questions? And then silence. Very good. Well, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but I'd be interested to hear from our other mentors. So this quarter, because we had 3 interns, we also had 3 mentors. Dr. Samuel, would you like to say anything about your experience this quarter with your intern?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. We had a wonderful experience this quarter. Arjun is working with me in my algebra class. What we did in my algebra class is the first almost like the 1 hour. It's like a kind of lecture discussion, and Arjun usually joins in my class, and then in the end, like 15 to 20 minutes, we set up breakout rooms, and I made Arjun as a co-host, so he can join every room, and we are helping the students with the questions for that day's class and questions from the homework. And we can also share screen we are using my lab math for the homework quizzes and the test. So we are sharing the screens and also use the whiteboard in Zoom to show them how we can work out the problems. So I think my students really enjoyed Arjun helping them in the classes, and also he's doing the tutoring during the weekends. Mostly almost all the weekends he's getting like 1 or 2 students for at least for an hour. So I think that's really great, especially during those weekends, not from my class but from other classes. So I heard from Arjun that last week he got a student from metro student, but she's planning to join one of the math classes. So he's preparing for her placement exam. So he was able to help her in the placement exam. And every week we meet on Tuesday at 11 for about half an hour to talk about the lessons we are going over during that week, and also about the challenges, and also about the things we need to improve each class. So and one day we have the review test day, so I usually send him in advance a copy of the practice test. He worked on that practice test, and one day is fully for the review test practice. So he had students to work out the problems based on the practice exam. So I think that will really help the students to do well in the exams. And Emily is a very good support for all our mentors and interns. So that also really, she communicated very well with all of us, and that is a real help. Thank you for all your help, and thank you interns for all your support with our classes. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you. It's nice to hear those things. Manar, I was going to ask you, did you have anything else that you wanted to share about your experience working with Victoria this quarter?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Victoria been very nice to students and helped me a lot in my intermediate algebra class. As she said, she been like join my class each Monday and Wednesday. Like I teach this like 2 hours and a half. She joined the last hour. She saw me during like I'm doing the lecture, which is good, give her a good experience. And then I give her a chance if we have exam or a question about homework, and I told her, go ahead and answer this question, Victoria. That's kind of help her to pretend she's kind of assistant teacher and answer. I know maybe a little bit stressed, but she's been doing very good and follow the steps and show the students step by step. That's one thing in the class. And also, a lot of my students from the intermediate algebra join her tutoring session, the evening session, Tuesday and Thursday, because they've been like familiar with her, so they like to stay with her. And also we've been met each Wednesday and go over everything. And I told her in advance, this week we have a task, maybe we need to meet with some student, those, because this class we offer retake a task to get ADs, because this is the pass and fail class. And she helped me with the review on the review students where they get mistakes on their tests. So I really enjoy Victoria in my class, and I appreciate all her help. So thank you so much, Victoria. And thank you also for you, Emily, for your support. I even told her, if any question you want, keep Emily, she's the best. She's our leader. So we really appreciate all your support. So, and I'm looking forward to work with her till spring. I told her, and she says she will be happy to work with me. Next, if my class stay as is, she will help me in modular. So different experience, which is good. So she will help me on the modular, enjoy my class Tuesday and Thursday. So that's it. So thank you, everyone.
That sounds great. Thank you so much, Manar. Yeah, so I said this a little bit earlier. So I was also one of the mentors working this quarter with Aaron, and the schedule worked out so he helped with my modular class, but next quarter he'll be helping with a non-modular class. So that I'm interested to hear from the other faculty to see kind of how you did that. But yeah, as Aaron I think already shared, he would kind of help me visit each student in their own individual Zoom breakout rooms. And yeah, Zoom has changed how we're doing education right now, but I've found that I feel like we're able to interact with the students almost more than normal, because, you know, walking around and whispering to them in a classroom is different from just a one-on-one interaction. So it's been interesting for sure. Yeah, so we have some other faculty who are here, a couple from UNO and a couple others who have worked as mentors at Metro. I just want to give you an opportunity. Do you have any questions or maybe any comments about, I don't know, ideas for something that an intern might consider doing, or just anything else you'd like to ask or share?
So building on your last statement there, Emily. So of course, doing things online is different than doing things in person, but I assume it's been mostly online lately. So what will change if you are interacting with students in the future in person, whether it's as a Noyce scholar or a teacher or a tutor or whatever else? So question for all the interns: what would change for the better or for the worse if you were doing the same sort of thing in person? The answer could be nothing.
I'll let the interns think about that. Do you guys have any, it's hard to think about things changing, I guess, but do you have any thoughts on that? How would this be different, or how will it be different once we do eventually get back to the classroom? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I think tutoring in person will be easier because the students will be able to see me write the problem down. I think that was one of my biggest issues I had, was I was explaining students with words how to solve a problem. And it's just challenging because I don't think many students learn math by hearing it. They learn math by seeing it and doing it. So I tried to use a whiteboard when I was tutoring. I don't know if it worked very well because of the glare and the position I had it in. So I think it would be easier to do it in person for that reason.
What do you think, Erin or Arjun? Any thoughts on how this might be different working in person?
The person will be best in the virtual learning. We can communicate. we can hear more with from them, and we can show more work for them. Writing in a whiteboard takes time than writing in on class. In Zoom's whiteboard, it used to take more time to write, and but in class we can get easy and writing in a whiteboard. I think on class will be more effective than the virtual.
Mhm. Okay, Aaron, any thoughts on that?
I think the first thing when we get back is that we can more interactive with the student. So we'll be like closer. Like if like you work on Zoom after class and you need to do something else, and maybe in the Zoom tutoring you also need to do something else. So you can go in the Zoom tutoring and making people help you with that one. But like on the class, it's which whenever you got a problem, you can like get a help from interns or a mentor like immediately. So I think it should be like perfect for student work in person like that.
Mhm. Yeah, Aaron and I have noticed, and I think we all notice, there's a lot of classes where students keep their cameras off. And so Aaron and I have been interacting with students that we just see their name on the screen. And so that can be a bit of a challenge. So yes, we would be able to see each other in person. I'm thinking, oh yes, Mel, we'd love to hear, go ahead.
Two things that struck me from the conversation so far. One is the realization and recognition that students cannot see inside our heads. And that's so critical when we're working with them. And similarly, the other comment that struck me is that they want to, you want to show them by writing down rather than talk to them. A lot of the students at this point in their careers don't understand the vocabulary, don't understand the language. So we can't expect them when we're using mathematical terminology and it's confusing to them. It's one of the reasons that they don't understand it. So I think those were two very pertinent points that we all have to remember when we're in the classroom or on Zoom.
Yes, I agree. That's an excellent point. All right, well, we were talking about just the concept of virtual versus in person. And I think a lot of us are kind of itching to be in person again and in the classroom. However, I'm trying to think about what from this past year do I want to keep doing that has been good. And we've tried the Zoom tutoring. We've tried several different iterations of that since really last March. And I think this quarter has been the best. And I honestly think it's just because of the hours that we're offering it from the 3 interns. And I think just the reality is when the math center closes at 9 p.m., that's sometimes when people are just sitting down to do their homework and they need some help. So I think if interns are willing, continuing to offer Zoom tutoring even when the campus is open. The campus closes at 10, I think, usually. So, 9 to 11, or we even had somebody last summer do 10 to midnight if you're up for it. It sounds like from each of you, you are getting some participation at least, and the weekend hours, I think are good for others. So that's something that comes to my mind of even when we are fully back in person, I think offering at least some remote help, I think could be good. And yeah, so that's a thought that I had. But. All right, any other questions or comments from anybody else that you'd like to talk to the interns about?
We are planning on offering some Zoom help too, maybe not late like that. So maybe you're already talking about doing it during the normal time, but we're planning on offering it and then having like some type of like loudspeaker or like in our regular center, just have a Zoom station and then like a bing, pops up and it's like, okay, I got to go over there and, and I have like a little like intro at the beginning. You can put specialized intros at the beginning that says, okay, we just got a note that, you need somebody to come and there'll be a tutor that'll come as soon as they can. If we could figure out a way to install like, maybe like a light that'll pop up or something like that, because that way the regular tutors in the regular center can then just slip in and do the Zoom tutoring. We're thinking about that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I like that. Yeah, and we can talk more I don't work directly with the Mass Center. I know Amanda Olson does, and she's not here, but she's another mentor that's working with us. She's actually working with the Noyce Scholar this quarter. But yeah, I'd be interested to talk with her and others about, once the Mass Center opens and we're back there, I think that sounds great. So Rachel, go ahead.
Well, and I can just say, our math centers outside of the Noyce tutoring sessions, our Math centers have been kind of doing 2 different versions since March. The sign up and make an appointment version, and then the drop in where they can just log on and drop into a Zoom. So, we have been doing, it's not in person, it's Zoom, of course, but they've worked really hard. So if you have questions about maybe ways you can address that, you might be worth shooting an email out to Amanda, because she's worked a lot with finding creative ways to keep that Math Center working in our remote world. Although I'm really hoping that we can get at least a little bit of in-person Math Center work. Starting in March, we will have some classes meeting on campus. I actually have my class started meeting on campus 2 weeks ago. I have a really small class, which is why they're letting me do it, but it's glorious. And the students have told me that it's so much, so much more useful when I'm trying to teach statistics and they can't figure out how to enter this formula into their calculator. That's real hard to do in a Zoom call. So hopefully, fingers crossed, like you were showing, Kelly.
Yeah, that's great. All right. So I'm curious to know, actually, so I'll be continuing to teach remotely for the spring. So Erin will still help with my classes with Zoom. Thankum and Manar, is the same true for both of you, or will your interns be on campus at all?
Okay, go ahead there, Thankum.
Arjun is planning to help my modular class, that is Tuesday, Thursday, 8 to 10. And for my modular class, what I'm doing is like setting up the breakout rooms. Last quarter, it was like 21 breakout rooms, but it's every day we try to go to each room and talk to the student, what they are doing and what help they need. And also try to, since it's a self-paced class, try to schedule the student in the suggested schedule due date so that they can complete at least 1 course in quarter. So we know that our students are completing more than 1 course, sometimes more than 2 courses in 1 quarter. That's really helping. So Arjun is planning to help my modular class in the next quarter. So I am planning to set up breakout rooms and also make him as a co-host so he can join every room and help the students.
Okay, yeah, I know there were just a few on-campus modular, but it sounds like you'll continue to do it with Zoom.
Yes.
Okay, okay, sounds good. Thank you. And what about you, Manar?
I will be doing modular Monday, Wednesday as a Zoom, but I'm on Tuesday, Thursday, I'm teaching college algebra face-by-face on campus. Victoria, she prefer to work like with me on like remotely. And I offer her maybe once in a month to come to visit my college algebra. But she will help me on Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday modular. And as I said, we never been doing that. We've been doing like a regular class lecturing. So I think it's a really good experience for her, different. And also visit me once a month for my college algebra and see the student face by face, because I believe my student, 10 students only, that's my class I'm teaching. So we're looking forward to do that.
That sounds great. And I do want to remind Victoria and Arjun, and Erin already knows this, there's a MyLabs, you can log into MyLabs Plus as an intern. I don't know if you're already doing that, but I think that's how Erin is helping the students a lot, where he can share his screen with a similar problem. So if you need to search your emails, it's in there somewhere, but I think it's just MCC Noyce Intern is the username anyway. So that's, as you work with your modular class, I think logging in to MyLabs Plus just to kind of get a sense for what the students are looking at. I think that could help. So just a thought. So good. Were there any other comments or questions?
I just want to thank everybody on the call. Thanks to all of the faculty. Thank you to the students. Thanks, Emily, for all of the things you do to help coordinate. Our goal is just to help students and build a bridge between UNO and MCC. So whether that's through connections that you make with other students or faculty, we just really want everybody to be successful and hopefully find a joy in teaching. I know all of the faculty on this line love teaching math. And so we kind of want to inspire that in others too. So stay with us and reach out if you need anything from UNO. We're here.
All right, thank you. And then so we're going to be done with winter quarter in a couple weeks here and then have a little break, and then spring quarter starts, I think, March 11th. Meanwhile, UNO, you're just in your spring semester. So can I just, while we're on this meeting, can I just verify, are the weekly meetings still happening for students 10 a.m. on Fridays? Okay. And I've heard each intern mention the UNO meetings, so I'm glad that you're able to be involved with that. And if at any point you ever feel disconnected or like you're not getting the right communications, please you can reach out to me or some of your fellow interns. There's a lot of us and we're all, we're on different campuses or remote. And so things can get a little bit disjointed sometimes. So if you ever feel like you're not hearing everything or you're not aware of everything going on, just please ask and we'll do our best to make sure everybody's in the loop. So, all right, good. Well, we're 3 minutes early, but I think we had some good discussion. So thank you so much to the interns for coming and doing your presentations. It's really nice to hear from you. And I'm glad that you could hear from each other. It's really easy right now to feel isolated just working on Zoom. I know I miss the water cooler chats with my fellow colleagues that we're not having right now in person. And so anyway, the more we can stay connected, the better. So if anybody wants to stick around, I'm happy to chat, but I think we're dismissed. And interns, just make sure you're staying connected with your mentor. And we still have a couple weeks left of this quarter. So thank you everybody for all that you're doing. Bye, thanks.
Amanda, can I ask a question?
Oh, do you mean me?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, actually, hang on one second.
Yes.
Rachel, I mentioned an intern who
He
might
emailed
possibly.
me.
Oh, he did? Oh,
You emailed me. He didn't
okay.
email me.
I was like, wow, that's very forward of him. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
you were talking about that.
I'm fine with it. I will need, once it's decided which classes he'll visit, I'll need to get his name on the check-in list because
right, I know.
Like you gotta be on the list in order to get on campus, but I don't foresee an issue with that. I don't know where my class will be yet exactly as far as what room, but
yeah, something I'm going to ask about just in 15 minutes at we're all going to go to another meeting at 12:30. This person is just about to finish this quarter as a Metro student, but then he's planning to transfer to UNO in the fall. So I would love him to be an intern in the spring, but I don't know if there's any technical reason why. Well,
right.
if he's not a current student, so that's something I want to check with.
Well, if he's finishing at Metro in the winter and he's not starting at UNO until fall, why not?
That's the argument I'm going to make. So anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
No,
And
just
Monarch,
keep me just keep me posted and we'll work it out.
sounds great. Thank you.
I'm just asking a question as do we need to, Victoria asked me, shall we meet next week or today is the last day for winter? I thought, let me check with Emily.
Oh, yeah. So originally I was going to have this be kind of later, like near the actual end of the quarter, but I think there was a general agreement of let's just do it on our usual meeting and not add another meeting. So we're not done. So I would say, no, keep doing what you're doing, keep meeting, it's a bit early. We still have a couple weeks left. So yeah, no, she's not done yet because she's going to keep getting paid for those weeks as well. So I would say keep meeting.
Yes.
So yeah.
Perfect.
Can I add a little plug if you have an intern all right, long story, shorten it up. So Nicole Bednar, who I know Thankum knows, she's been working on this big project, making these laminated rods for the 1240 classes.
Mhm.
Not just the Metro ones, but the ones that we have in the high schools. And so it's a lot of, laminate and then cut them out and trimming and all of that. If an intern is hurting for making hours, one, would this be an acceptable thing where they could maybe throw an hour of doing this type of, it's not high-end mathematics tutoring. But it is benefiting the students that we serve. I kind of floated that to Nicole and she's like, oh my gosh, absolutely. They could pick up a pack of these and take them home and cut them out and bring them back if possible. Is that something that would be kosher via Noyce?
Kosher.
So
Yeah, I think,
if there's an intern that's, because I know it's hard to struggle to make that correct number of hours.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds like something where you're not gonna, shouldn't do that for 6 hours a week, but yeah,
No,
an
and
hour here or there. I think,
who
yeah,
would
we all
wanna
do that
cut
kind
out
of work an hour
pieces
here
of
or there.
paper? Yeah.
So,
Because she's got the laminator.
uh-huh.
So she sets them up and she laminates, and it's like 4 of those rods on a strip, and then they need to be cut out
Mhm,
so that they would be individual. They basically look like great big rulers.
mhm.
I don't know.
So the work would basically be taking home some paper and
Things
cutting
and
it in a particular way.
cutting, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
they would just need to, I mean, it's mindless. I mean, they could
Yeah,
turn on whatever they're binging on Netflix and
right.
cut papers
This sounds
out,
like elementary school teacher work where it's like making bulletin boards and stuff that I would
yes.
hate. But
Well, and
no,
it's
that's
just
good.
a thing
That's good.
where she's doing something like 400 of them for.
Oh, geez.
And
Yeah.
when she said that many, I'm like, we don't have that many 1240 students. But then it's like, oh, for the high schools also,
Right.
all
Yeah.
of the modular 1240s that are out in the schools, and it's
Sure.
a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess if you've been talking to her, if you want to have her contact me and let
I'll
more details
I'll
or
shoot
whatever.
her an email and I'll copy you on it, Emily.
There you go.
Just
Perfect.
and maybe I'll also copy Amanda, Thankum, and Minar, the 3 who have interns.
Mhm.
Yeah, Amanda has an intern now, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's a scholar.
The
that,
scholar,
yeah.
that's right.
Mhm, mhm.
I'll CC all of you on it just to say, we spoke, and yes, it's a okay thing to use maybe an hour of your week on
Yeah.
but yeah, it's something where they can just pick it up at Elkhorn and drop it off. They don't have to be there to do it.
Mhm.
And then they
Sure.
just, all right, cool. Just, yeah, it was just a
sounds
thought
good.
because I know she was
Yeah, I think
kind of
that's
mind-numbing work.
too.
What was that?
I think it's more interesting to the students to doing some practical work like making
With actual paper. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yes, yeah.
and it does kind of give you a little taste of some of those things that
Mhm.
teachers do.
Yeah. So true.
I vividly recall once when I was teaching high school, I had a parent who was not happy with the way I graded
Uh-huh.
because I didn't grade it was okay, but this is before the days of online paperwork. And so I didn't grade every single homework assignment question. It was my policy. I graded 5 questions and the homework assignment was worth 5 points. It was homework, it was practice. And the parent thought that, why don't you just have your secretary grade? And I thought that was hilarious because in your typical high school, that's just not a thing.
Wow.
So the idea of just being aware, it's pretty unusual if you're teaching in the K-12 system to have an assistant help you with that type of prep work.
That's right. That's right.
And it's like, it doesn't take a degree in mathematics to cut paper out, but that's what you're going to be spending some time doing sometimes if you want these manipulatives in your classroom.
Right. Right.
Sometimes you have to make them yourself.
Oh yeah. Yeah, now you're making me remember like making flashcards for stations and just all kinds of
using the die cut system to make the
yeah. Anyway,
when I
okay,
taught
good.
middle school, we were required to have a bulletin board change every quarter. So I couldn't just have one bulletin board decorated and be done.
Okay.
I had to change it every quarter. And that was ridiculous in my opinion. Like they don't care. I don't care. Yep. It was a requirement. If it didn't get changed every quarter, it went on my eval.
Yeah.
That's a middle school thing though. That was also a long time ago, but still.
All right.
I used to make some audio visual aids for my teachers training course, like I
Yeah.
use these different things. Yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff out there. So
Yeah.
anyway, all right, great. I will, she won't respond today because she doesn't work Fridays.
Yeah,
But
it's
I'll put together an email just so I don't forget. I'll copy all of you on it so that if you have, you know, this student would love to have an opportunity, then you can just connect directly with Nicole.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
sounds good.
Super.
All right, good. Well, I'm going to go take a very short break and then I have another meeting at 12:30. But was there anybody else? Did you have anything else for now?
It was a great meeting. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
That was
you.
a really nice idea. I
yeah,
like having their little
they did nice.
presentations.
Yes.
That was a
Thank you
good
so
job.
much, guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
they did well. So bye. Thank you.
Bye.